Have you ever asked yourself how to truly be a good person? What does it mean to practice goodness in a world full of confusion, pain, and contradiction? And perhaps even more importantly, how do you eliminate evil not only from the world but from within yourself? Welcome back to the channel, dear friends. Thank you for joining us today on a journey into one of the most ancient and relevant topics in spiritual practice: how to cultivate goodness and let go of evil. But we won't be approaching this as a moral lecture or abstract theory. Instead, we will walk together through stories, wisdom, and reflections inspired by an old monk's words that have been passed down, whispered, and lived for generations, words that have guided countless seekers across centuries. Because ultimately, the questions of good and evil are not philosophical, they are personal. They shape every moment of your life, every choice, every relationship. And when you truly understand what goodness is, and how to remove evil from its roots, your life begins to blossom from the inside out. Let's begin with a story the old monk told. Here was a man named Qin, who had spent most of his youth in anger and addiction. He had hurt others, and himself, many times. One day, overwhelmed by guilt, he visited the monastery and asked the old monk, "Am I too late to become good?" The monk simply smiled and handed him a cup of tea. "Drink," he said. Qin took the cup but noticed something odd. The water was cloudy, full of tea leaves and dust. He frowned. The monk said, "That is your mind now, clouded, bitter, murky. But if you let it sit, the leaves will settle, water will clear, just be still." That simple act, that cup of tea, began Qin's transformation. Because the monk had shown him something deeper than words, that within every troubled soul, there is clarity waiting. Then the path to goodness begins not with punishment, but with presence. Goodness, the monk taught, is not a performance. It is a presence. It is not about appearing righteous. It is about being aligned. It is not about suppressing anger. It is about understanding it. So how do we begin this path? First, we must understand what evil truly means. Evil is not always light, is not always monstrous. More often, it is subtle, creeping, disguised. It shows up in the lies we tell ourselves. In the moments, we ignore suffering because it's inconvenient. In the silent judgments we pass. In the greed that whispers, "I take more." In the apathy that says, "It's not my problem." In the pride that prevents us from apologizing. That is where evil begins, not outside, but inside. So to remove it, we must not only fight systems or condemn others. We must look honestly in the mirror. The monk once said, "To defeat 10,000 enemies is less noble than to conquer your own mind." And how do we conquer the mind? Not with violence, but with awareness. Awareness is the sword of clarity. When you see your anger rise, and you do not feed it, you are already purifying. When you catch yourself in jealousy, and choose gratitude instead, you are already healing. When you notice your desire to gossip, and remain silent, you are already growing. This is the secret. Goodness is made in micro moments. In the split second before reaction. In the breath between thoughts. In the choice between fear and life. Let's return to the monk. He was once asked, "Why do so many people fail on the spiritual path?" He answered, "Because they seek to look good rather than to be good. They seek to be praised rather than purified." In one shortcut, not silence. True cultivation, he said, begins in silence. And no one is watching. And no one is applauding. When it's just you and your shadow. That is where the real work is done. So how do you cultivate goodness? Start by recognizing the seeds already in you. Compassion, patience, kindness, humility. These are not traits you must borrow. They are native to your soul. You were born with them, but life covered them with layers of fear, ego, greed. Your task is not to invent goodness, but to uncover it. And the tools to uncover it are timeless: reflection, meditation, restraint, service. When you sit quietly each morning and observe your thoughts without judgment, you are watering the seed of mindfulness. When you listen to someone without needing to speak, you are cultivating compassion. When you return good for evil, you are demonstrating spiritual maturity. And when you admit your mistakes without excuses, you are already ahead of most. Because ego is the root of all evil, and humility is the beginning of all good. A monk once told another story. Yama asked, "Master, I have been generous, but people still betray me. I've been kind, but people still hurt me. What is the point?" A monk looked at him and said, "The flowers stop blooming because some people do not appreciate them." And the young man wept, because he understood. Goodness is not a strategy. It is a state. It is not dependent on others. You do not cultivate goodness to be safe, liked, or rewarded. You cultivate it because it is who you truly are. And in a world that is harsh, cruel, and fast, your goodness is a revolution. Your gentleness is resistance. Your honesty is rebellion. Your patience is power. So if you feel that your kindness is wasted, keep going. If you feel that your efforts are unseen, keep going. If you feel like giving up, return to silence. Sit with the old monk in your heart. Drink the tea of stillness. Let the mud settle. And remember, to remove evil is not to fight. It is to illuminate. Turn on the light within you, and watch the darkness vanish. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this message touched your heart, please share your thoughts in the comments below. What does goodness mean to you? What practices help you return to your true self? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who walks the path of light. Together, let's make this world a little more gentle, one breath at a time.